Welcome into Lone Peak girls basketball on Game Night Live Rewind. Dusty Litster and Amy Harris with you tonight, senior night at American Fork. And Amy, a lot of fun to get to see the number 1 team in Lone Peak take on their rival American Fork. And the girls from American Fork have got quite the task ahead of them.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I'm really interested to see how they're able to match up with Kailey Woolston. Outside and down low, she's a threat everywhere on the court. And equally how Lone Peak's going to be able to match up with Brielle Knuckles, her height, and same with Emily Evans. They've got some real threats on both ends.
They certainly do, and it's Ika going over to Shawnee Nordstrom. And of course, these Lone Peak Knights have been outstanding this year for Coach Nancy Warner, undefeated on the season.
Very impressive team.
Not without any challenges. They went through reach and play a bunch of close games and were able to come out unscathed. As Shawnee Nordstrom knocks down the 3.
That's a good way to start a game right there. You want to come out firing from long, from short. That's a great start for Lone Peak.
So Nordstrom with the 3, and we'll get our scoreboard up here in just a minute, dealing with some technical difficulties to get started tonight. Some small miracles had to happen to make sure we got this stream up for you. As that pass on the baseline is out of bounds off American Fork. We'll go back to the Lone Peak Knights.
Yep, again, Lone Peak probably couldn't have asked for a better start to the game than that. Drilling a 3, then getting a turnover on their first possession.
So up the floor with Lone Peak in the corner. Nawahine now up top to Ika. McKaylee goes back over to Nawahine. Tula can't get that one. Tanuvasa pulls down the board. Ika goes back outside. Nordstrom a move. Turnover.
Yeah, I'm bummed about that one. Their ball movement is so crisp during their possessions. So I think that one just got a
Lone Peak with a 3 from Shawnee Nordstrom. And now Woolston hits both free throws, as she's known to do.
And into a full court press, or at least half court press.
It looks like they're going to go a little diamond trap. Come near side with Collier. Collier back up top with Emily Evans. The captain along the baseline. Knuckles hands back to Evans. Ika right there, good hands. Evans send back out to Condi. And now Collier. So American Fork pressing, but now the foul to Woolston.
I like that they're passing the ball around a lot. They're finding open looks, just need a little bit more time to get those shots up. But I think if they keep passing the ball, finding the open man, they're going to be able to get lots of good shots up.
Probably 5-0 here early on. We'll get that clock situated here in the next dead ball. Again, our clock on the screen is unofficial. Is Collier has to pick up her dribble. And she'll hand back to Evans. And Ika with the steal. Kailey has that one stolen away.
That was great hands right there by Megan Hartman.
Hackett on the other end. Couldn't get it. Condi with the rebound. And now she'll hit the deck and we'll have a defensive foul against American Fork.
That's just some defensive rebounding down there. Megan Hartman really wanted that. She went in and got the rebound, and she got rewarded for it. So that's just good, strong basketball.
Nice job there by Condi to get the extra possession for American Fork. As Evans looking, and now finally has to throw in. Tracked down by Condi. Or pardon me, that's Megan Hartman, I apologize. And now Callie Condi. And that ball taken away by Nawahine. And that pass goes out of bounds, intended for Tanuvasa. And we will go, they say it went off American Fork. Oh, it was interesting. I thought that went off of...
yeah, that was a 50-50 ball. I'm assuming the ref had a better view than we did up here, but...
Amy's still young, giving a lot of benefits to the referees, but...
I will say, if you watched BYU basketball last night, I was not giving the benefits to the referees in that game.
Twitter agrees as Nordstrom get out up to Tanuvasa. Tanuvasa sends out Kailey Woolston. Good ball movement. Tanuvasa with the board and the bucket.
Offensive rebounds, second chance points are so important in a basketball game, and that's really good to see Tanuvasa taking advantage of the offensive board that she got.
And that ball inside, and the first points of the night for American Fork.
Yeah, that was a breakdown of the press a little bit down there. She got open down on the block, and all the defenders were up around half court, so they left a little bit of a gap down there low in their press.
That was Kailey Evans as Woolston on the other end knocks down the corner three.
Beautiful shot, finding the open man in the corner.
That ball is off of,
Wow.
they say off American Fork?
Yeah, Ika went in for this steal. I honestly thought it was going to be a foul on her in favor of Emily Evans, but not my call, I guess.
Yeah. And he needs to go to replay to see if that one went off the leg. Tanuvasa to the corner. Ika for three. What a start for Lone Peak.
That is just beautiful shooting from the perimeter right now for Lone Peak. It's really impressive to see them finding the gaps and, you know, exposing the defense and making their shots.
Collier leaves it back for Condi.
She got through that press but wasn't quite able to get all the way to the rim.
Collier along the baseline, and as they stepped out of bounds. And it'll be another turnover, go back to Lone Peak.
This has got to feel a little frustrating for American Fork, but I think on the next possession, if they just, you know, slow it down a little bit, keep that ball movement strong, they're able to pass it around, get lots of open passes. Just keep doing that until you get your right look.
If that pass goes out of bounds.
It's good defense, good hands there.
So Woolston will inbound with 3:11 left in the quarter. Ika, extra pass to Nordstrom. Now in the corner, Nawahine. Talia can't get that one. Well, this ball picked up, and now the jump ball underneath. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was one of those times where jump ball was called. Nobody let go of the ball quickly enough, and Bartholomew paid for it. She fell right onto the ball, but.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball on Game Night Live Rewind.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
So 2:59 left in the quarter. Dusty Lister and Amy Harris with you as a quick start here for Lone Peak. In fact, I think Coach Nancy Warner is going to demand that Amy be part of every broadcast because this is your second one, and both times, I mean, it's just been a three-point barrage.
Yeah, seriously, I'm sure she's pretty happy with how her team's shooting. And I'll keep coming back. That was also a great start out of the timeout for American Fork. They just passed it, found the open man, and were able to get an easy look from down below the basket. They should keep doing that, build some momentum here. There's a lot of ball game left to be played.
Wilson give it up to Nordstrom. Shawnee finds Kailey Woolston, 4-3, her second of the quarter.
I mean, that was just an impressive shot. You know, Savannah Collier, her hand was right up in Kailey Woolston's face. Kailey Woolston did not back down. She put the shot up, and she knew it was going in.
And now we have the ball go out of bounds. It'll be AF ball. Again, these Lone Peak Knights, 16-0 on the year, 7-0 in league play. They will coming in here on senior night for American Fork. Of course, the boys' game will come up next.
I imagine those seniors for American Fork really want to show up tonight for their team. Oh, that was a good look right there.
Good look, couldn't get it, but an extra possession here for Lone Peak. So back up top with Callie Condi. And now Tanavasa able to get her hands on that one. It's off of the Knights. So Nawahine will come back on for Ika. So Nicole Lewis outside with Condi. Condi comes off the screen. This is Hackett back outside. Evans, extra pass, 3 on the way, and good. That is Nicole Lewis.
That's all thanks to the offensive board. They got them those extra possessions, those extra looks. That's what offensive rebounding can do. It can get you those three-pointers, those extra looks that really can change the game.
That was Woolston going to pick up the foul on, I believe that'll go on Lewis.
Yeah, she wanted the block there. She did not want that foul call. It was almost clean, but she just had a little bit too much body on her block there. But it was good defense. She's undersized next to Kailey Woolston. She did as much as she could have done, and she almost got the block.
You see Kailey just stayed nice and patient once again.
Yeah.
Woolston gets the first.
That's what I find is so impressive with Kailey Woolston is her patience. She never rushes her shots. She always will find the good shot to take, and that's the mark of a good basketball player.
As she hits both free throws. Coach Juddy's been to a few games, so I don't know. He's probably drinking too much Diet Coke after his 450th career win.
Yeah, big night for him last night. A 50-point win for his girls.
Evans' extra pass is picked up by Tanuvasa. Bartholomew gets it ahead to Woolston.
I will say, American Fork's defense, they are all over the place right now in the best of ways. They are not really giving up too many easy shots, and they're being annoying as a defense should be.
Shawnee Nordstrom strong on the 3, and Tanuvasa able to track down the rebound. We go inside of 35 seconds left in the quarter. Bartholomew. Evans hit the deck, hoping to get the call. Doesn't, +1 for Bartholomew.
That's got to be frustrating for American Fork. You know, she wanted the offensive foul call, Kalia Evans did, but she didn't get it. And then for Bartholomew to come in and get an and one, that's got to be disappointing for them.
A little insult to injury there.
Seriously.
For Sarah Bartholomew.
You got to still credit Bartholomew though. That was a good physical take, and she made the right decision going up for that shot.
And that's the second personal foul on Nicole Lewis. So she'll come off the floor in favor of Emily Evans. And the sophomore Bartholomew looking for the three-point play. Off on the free throw. And out of bounds off of Lone Peak.
I'm really looking for American Fork to get one good possession here, eat up the rest of the clock, and get some momentum going into the second quarter. I think that's going to set them up really nicely for some success there.
So the final 25 seconds. Evans. Condi worked the ball inside. A little shot won't go. Rebound to Tanuvasa with 12.
It was a good look, just a little weak. Oh.
And on the other end, Ika draws the foul.
Yeah.
And it'll be 2 free throws from Kailey Ika.
Yeah. I will say she's undersized going up against Emily Evans, but you know, Emily Evans held her ground, but a little too strong, and it was an easy call for the refs.
I actually called that on the floor as Woolston off the inbound hits the 3.
That one hurts going into the second quarter.
Such a pure stroke, and that will do it for the first quarter. And at the end of one, it is Lone Peak 23, American Fork 7. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball on Game Night Live Rewind. And welcome back in. Start of the second quarter, Dusty Litster and Amy Harris with you. A hot first quarter for Lone Peak. Hit 4 threes, 3 of them from Kailey Woolston.
Yeah, very impressive first quarter for them. And I'm excited to see how they build off the momentum that they've already built here in the second quarter. And there it is, as I was saying it. Ika with a beautiful three-pointer from the wing. They're not stopping anytime soon.
Kailey Ika knocks down the triple. And now we'll have a foul on Lone Peak. Top foul goes to Shawnee Nordstrom. 13th foul on Lone Peak.
You know, I think American Fork would do well to just start shooting the ball more, getting more shots up, and more of them will go in. They're getting a lot of decent positioning around the basket and then passing it out to find a better look. But at this point, I think that it would serve them really well to just start putting up more shots.
And now foul away from the ball. It's going to be called on Tony Vasa, saying she cut off Megan Hardman.
Some physical defense on both sides. The refs are calling it.
Yeah. Actually, no, they called on Shawnee Nordstrom. So that's number 2 on the native New Zealander.
I'm curious to see if foul trouble plays a part in this game once we get to the third, fourth quarter.
Ika going to pick up that foul.
Okay.
They hear you,
Yep.
Amy.
I will stop talking about fouls. That's 3 fouls in 1 possession.
Yeah,
right now.
my goodness. That's number 2 on Kailey Ika.
Now they're going to have to be careful. I mean, keep being physical and up close defensively, but they're going to have to pay attention to the fouls that they're giving right now because they don't want to be in trouble come third, fourth quarter.
Right. Connie terminates, sends out to Evans. Evans going to drive, go at Bartholomew, skips it off the window, and the rebound taken by Tony Vasa.
Yeah, a little too long. It was a good look, and she was able to get around the defense, but just wasn't able to get it in.
Tony Vasa, hand back to Ika. And now Nawahine, they'll reset the offense. Good defense. Get back there by AF, because you thought maybe the great pass by Ika was an easy bucket, but AF got back.
Yeah, Lone Peak has gotten quite a few transition buckets here, but you know, American Fork was not going to let that happen on this one, which I think is really impressive. Shows a lot of heart and effort.
Nawahine sent out to Tony Vasa. That went through her hands. Then we'll go back to American Fork.
It's always a bummer when you think your teammate's about 6 inches taller than they really are.
That's just a bummer in life, you know.
We've all been there.
You know, it was a great song in the mid-'90s for those of us in our late 30s. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Wish I had a girl with a kid, I would call her.
It's a classic song.
Oh, and Evans wasn't looking for that one.
Good recovery, though. American Fork gets to keep their possession. Oh,
Collier.
I wanted her to pass that. I wanted it.
Collier back up top to Condi, who will pull for 3. Won't go, and the rebound taken by Tony Vasa.
No, I know that didn't go down, but I liked that look. So at some point, you just got to shoot it, and she had enough space there to get a shot up. It wasn't a bad miss. I think she should keep shooting that.
So 5:52 left in the half.
Emily Evans from 3, misses just long. That is Camry Hackett, who just got fouled on the putback after a good offensive rebound. Again, these are offensive rebounds creating more possessions, more opportunities to score for American Fork. This is going to be really important for them moving forward in the game if they want to stay in it.
So Sam Hope picks up the foul. And that first free throw will not go. And that's the hard part for AF. Whenever you're down, you got to score with the clock stop. Don't want to belabor little things, but that's what you're always looking for.
Yeah, I think they would do well to try and get to the free throw line more often. If I'm not mistaken, those are some of their first free throw attempts of the game. If they can get there and get some momentum from the line, that could really get their offense going.
Well, and I mean, to their advantage, they will be shooting free throws the rest of the quarter. So
that is true. Keep drawing fouls, keep scoring if you can't get them in the possession.
Rocky didn't knock out Drago with one punch. It was got to cut him down. So that's part of the thing you got to do.
Possession by possession.
Yeah. As Woolston goes across court to Tanu Vasa. Hope sends back out here and will reset. And Sam Hope. Smothering defense. We're going to have a reach in on American Fork.
I'm not going to lie, I want a jump ball on that one. This is why I can't referee.
She was nice earlier. Really, what you have to remember is the appearances more than anything.
Yeah. That was a good take there. I like that look. Wish it would have gone down for her, but that was a good take, splitting the offense. Another, jump ball low. Again, working for those offensive boards, really creating extra possessions for American Fork. This is super important to them staying in this game. Chipping away slowly at that lead.
So Evans up top. They're going to try to lob this ball inside. Good recovery from Lone Peak's defense as Evans drives and hits.
That was a beautiful take. Wonderful ball movement. They were finding their teammates, and Emily Evans just going up physical. That was a beautiful take and a beautiful finish.
Ika was hoping to get a call and did not. And they wanted number 3 on Ika, not going to have it. Here comes American Fork again, put up stop on one end, looking for a bucket on the other. And on a pivot, go back to Evans. She has Ika. Hits the deck, and now the whistle. Nearly got the circus shot to drop.
Yeah, that would have been impressive if she was able to get that up. I honestly wasn't sure if they were going to call a charge or a blocking foul, but I think that was the right call. Sometimes I feel like the call favors the smaller person in a mismatch like that, but I think it was the right call to send Emily Evans to the line.
Is that first free throw will not go for Evans. Emily, a senior on this team and a team captain. So Evans missed the first and hits the second. And AF going to pick up. Oh, it was just one end picking up. So 26-11 as now Ahine gets inside. Can't get that to drop. Woolston with the board. Misses the putback. Outside, Shawnee Nordstrom. Can't get the 3, and that is out of bounds off of Nawahine. And it'll be American Fork ball.
That was some really good offense by Lone Peak, some really strong offensive rebounds. Bummer none of those shots went up, but you got to credit the defense of American Fork there. That was really physical, and they wanted that possession. They did not want to give up a bucket there.
Outside with Condi. Way outside and hits.
That was NBA level. That was awesome. That's what I'm saying. They just got to keep shooting, and those buckets will start to fall. They just need to get some momentum here, and then this will really help them chip away at this lead because they're not out of it yet. I've seen teams come back from much worse.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball on Game Night Live Rewind. So welcome back. 2:58 left in the half. There's Lone Peak trying to stop this run as Rich is blocked away. A block there from Lindsay Zundel.
Yeah, that was beautiful defense. She stayed patient. She timed it perfectly. Oh, well,
and Evans
American Fork got a taste of their own medicine there.
Tanuvasa with the block coming the other end. Shawnee Nordstrom can't get that one. Now Ahine with the board, and I call that on the floor.
Yeah, Camry Hackett tried to get in there to defend that shot going up, and she was mostly able to do that by getting the foul on the floor. But now that gives Lone Peak another possession.
So Nordstrom will trigger in as Evans comes off the floor. Kalia Evans comes back on. Shawnee into Woolston. Kailey couldn't get it to drop, and a rebound.
That was a great board secured there. Really important to not give up those extra possessions, those extra chances, because that's where Lone Peak can really get dangerous.
Well, that's what hurts the comeback, right?
Exactly.
You're doing some good work, and if you're giving up extra possessions to lead the buckets, the hole gets bigger. Is that 3 will not drop. The Evans is there for the board and putback.
Perfect positioning there by Clea Evans. She was able to get the board and put it straight back up with virtually no contest.
Nawahine with a baseline runner.
And a beautiful baseline drive by Nawahine. That's how it's done, simply put.
Well, it's a 9-3 run. Remember, it was 26-7. Or 9-2 run, pardon me. As go high post.
This is not a bad place for American Fork. I think if they can get the lead to single digits by half, they're in a really good place.
Woolston picks up the loose ball. Nawahine on the other end leaves it for Woolston. Left hand will not drop. Bartholomew is bumped. People will be frustrated at that call, but she certainly was fouled, and it'll be one-on-one free throws.
I will say that was good defense there on the fast break. Good transition defense. It's a bummer that they gave up the offensive rebound to Bartholomew, putting her back at the line, but the transition defense itself was not bad at all. It was pretty good.
So Harm will come off the floor, and coming on is Megan Hardman. Sarah Bartholomew at the line for the front end of 1-on-1. High arching free throws good. And she'll earn the second half of the 1-on-1.
Bartholomew has been really impressive tonight, being physical down low, getting her shots up, and she's been very effective on both ends, getting blocks, good defensive stops, and 2 free throws.
Bartholomew got them both.
The lead is up to 14 now, so it's going to take some real offensive pushes here for American Fork to chip into this lead, maybe get it to single digits by half.
Clea Evans up top, come on the angle with Nicole Lewis. And now Condi up top with Bartholomew. Looks like she's got the advantage, 1-on-5. Send to the corner. Condi still with Bartholomew over here. And now a steal to Woolston, picked up by Shawnee Nordstrom.
That was good defense by Lone Peak, anticipating the pass. Kailey Woolston getting up there. And a beautiful pivot up and under by Bartholomew.
Well, like you want it, defense leads to offense, and Bartholomew with 4 straight points.
Yeah, that was beautiful execution by Lone Peak.
Oh, what a drive and finish.
That was beautiful. She went right around the defense and was able to get a little scooping layup. That was nice.
Nicole Lewis now with 5 points in the half. Nordstrom straight away, off on the 3. Nawahine thought she had the board. Harmon hands off to Condi. She'll heave it at the horn. Hold on. There you go. Off the bounce. There you go. 14-point lead for Lone Peak at the half. It is Lone Peak 32, American Fork 18. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball on Game Night Live Rewind. Start of the third quarter. Dusty Litster and Amy Harris with you. And Amy, impressive first half from Lone Peak. What was your thoughts that we saw in the first 2 quarters?
Absolutely, very impressive. I'm not going to lie. I was most impressed with Bartholomew. I know that Lone Peak's 3-point shooting was outstanding there with a shot from Nawahine. But Bartholomew has just been so physical on offense and on defense, getting offensive rebounds, putbacks, getting to the line. And she's been probably the biggest factor, I think, for Lone Peak tonight.
Sarah Bartholomew, that sophomore, is Evans on the drive and finish. And we saw at the end of the first half that AF's offense started picking up, and they pulled that down, or pulled within 14. They got it down to 9 at one point. It was a 19-point deficit early on as that ball skips through, and Nawahine can't keep it from going out of bounds. And we'll go back to American Fork.
Yeah, I'm excited to see American Fork come out strong right now. They've already had a decently strong start right now to this third quarter. A good offensive possession leading to good defense. They can get some momentum. We've got ourselves a game.
Of course, that's what we always look for. We just want a good game. Is outside with Condi, poked away by Nawahine.
Good hands. That's just good defense.
And now Harbin give up the foul. And it'll be the first foul of the half.
Yeah, that's an easy call for the refs there. She put her hands down, kind of got too much into her arm, and a little bit of a hand check. Keep your hands up, that's a harder call.
Yeah. So that is number 3 on Savannah Collier.
Like I said, both teams getting into a little bit of foul trouble.
Well, we shot a decent amount of free throws. Had a lot of fouls in that first half.
Yeah.
As Tanuvasa is left open for 3, back rims the triple, and Evans tracks down the rebound.
Again, I know that didn't go in, but that was a great look. That was a good decision to take that. I have no problem with that possession.
And Tanuvasa, we know, can shoot the 3, and now she picks up the blocking foul. So, number 1 on Tanaya Tanuvasa.
I'm thinking we might be in the bonus by the start of the 4th.
Amy, positivity in these
the
parts.
refs can't hear me, so. Actually, they heard me last quarter, so maybe they heard me.
So Naya Tanuvasa with her first. And now Condi has that ball slapped away by Woolston. And we'll stay here with American Fork. And Kailey Woolston had a terrific first half.
Yeah.
As expected, 3 threes and a couple more buckets.
Yeah, absolutely terrific. And again, the anticipation of Kailey Woolston is what makes her so important on defense. She can anticipate passes so well. She's always in the passing lane. No pass is easy when Kailey Woolston's involved.
Yeah. Evans going to go at Nawahine. Great hands by Nawahine. Tanuvasa picks up the loose ball. Naya, 1, 2. She couldn't decide what she wanted. You can see her brain knew what she wanted it to do, and the hands couldn't catch up.
Yeah, the mind was working a little faster than the body on that one, but I mean, she's got to shake that off, get the next one. And I will say, you got to give a little credit to American Fork defense there in transition. They weren't in perfect position, but they were able to contest it enough to get her a little bit on her toes, get Tanuvasa to think a little too much about what she was doing, and that probably is what led to the turnover.
Oh, and Evans got stuck in between. There's a turnover picked up by Shawnee. Nordstrom, and Shawnee lays that one in. I believe that was her first point since the first points of the game. Outside with Zondel, and now Evans.
Oh, I wanted that pass. There was a double team out on the corner for number 4 there, and
Zondel, yep.
Yeah, Camry Hackett was wide open under the basket, just didn't get down there to her.
And timeout taken. 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back. You're watching Lone Peak girls basketball. So 5:12 left. And trying to lob that one in and couldn't save it. Nice.
That was a good idea. The pass was a little too strong. But she did have good position down there, Megan Hardman did.
But back to your thought on that, the open player underneath the hoop. You're sort of not everyone's Nikola Jokic.
Sadly.
Nobody like to be 7 feet tall and just see over everything, but Bartholomew can't get to that pass. Good hands from behind there by American Fork, and now we'll have the foul to Bartholomew.
Yeah, that was good hustle by Nicole Lewis. She went and got that board. Bartholomew tried to get in there. It was not an intentional foul. Her momentum just took her, and she's a whole lot bigger than Nicole Lewis, so it ended up the way that it did.
I mean, the extra nanosecond to stop her, it's a difference.
Yeah. Extra nanosecond, extra few inches. Oh, good hands.
Woolston still battling for it and got it.
American Fork almost got that back.
Ika, little stutter, stop, send out. Nawahine's 3 will not go. And the loose ball picked up by American Fork, but it's going to be going back to Lone Peak, and really can't blame Nicole Lewis. She's going to lose the ball. She didn't want to travel. So, hey, I'm going to throw it ahead, see if we can get it there.
Yeah, I think she anticipated that Camry Hackett was going to be a little closer to the basket. She just was not there, but it wasn't a bad idea. It just didn't execute.
And I know you're really excited to see if you're going to have a Shaylee Gonzalez high school version, but it didn't happen, as Nordstrom's 3 won't go.
Speaking of, I don't know if you saw Shaylee Gonzalez's one.
That's what I was talking about, yeah.
That, one of the most athletic basketball plays I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was awesome. As Bartholomew fouled down low. It's got to be on the floor. That was not a shot.
Yeah, I guess it was before the shot.
It definitely, when she passed it. So I thought I saw her put fingers in the air. Okay, thinking.
Okay.
No, they are giving this shot.
Well, the shot went up. The play ended with a shot up, so I'm guessing that's what happened.
You know what I love about girls' sports is, for the most part, you're all so chill and everything. Okay, whatever. Just go to.
Yeah.
As Bartholomew knocks down her free throw.
Again, Bartholomew making a difference, getting the offensive boards, handling the ball down low, not letting the ball get away from her, getting shots up and getting sent to the stripe for it.
And Sarah's knocked down her last 4 free throws.
Emily Evans back in.
They need for American Fork to have a shot in the fourth quarter. They have got to close out the third as that ball's out of bounds. Great hustle by your girl. I mean, how
My
about
girl
that?
Bartholomew, she is really showing up tonight, and I'm very impressed with her defensive efforts, especially.
Talk about just a sophomore. And the fun part for her, and really for Coach Nancy Warner, is almost this whole team comes back next year. This side of a couple of players. I mean,
That's huge.
Kailey Woolston, just a junior. She's got another year in the program.
Yeah, that's huge to be a young team that's this impressive. This team can go a long ways.
I mean, Shawnee Nordstrom's a sophomore. And Ika's a junior. I mean, the whole team comes back except for Nawahine in the starting
Coach Warner's
five.
got to be stoked about that.
Right.
Oh, that was.
Oh, the little Maverick move doesn't pull off. The rebound is loose. And now the jump ball will belong to American Fork. But just kind of the way that things have gone for the last little bit is Camry Hackett couldn't quite complete that play.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm bummed for them that didn't fall because that was beautiful offensive execution. Camry Hackett set a pick, rolled quickly, beat her defense and had a decent look, even got at her defender with the shot fake. Bummer that the ball didn't drop for her.
Evans going to draw the foul and will put Edmonds at the line to shoot 2 free throws.
This could be a really big opportunity for them. Get a few points, convert. They just need to slow it down, get their passes right, find the open man, keep doing what they just did on that last possession.
As Edmonds off on the first free throw, and gives a chance to remind you that KSLSports.com is your home for online championships. In fact, Winners Championships start tonight. Swimming for 3A, 4A tonight on KSLSports.com. Next week, I'll be at BYU, the Aquatic Center, for 5A, 6A state championship swimming. As Tanu Vasa off on that 3, or pardon me, that long range 2. Whoa, Evans hit the deck, and Bartholomew did not save it.
A lot just happened. Everybody's hustling to get the ball. Lone Peak really wanted a foul there. Didn't get it. They hustled to get the ball back, try and get another shot up, but it ended up going out of bounds. Lone Peak back in a press here.
Going to get the 3 off. Here's Evans. Hackett being hounded. Find that along the baseline. Beautiful pass. Oh, the shot wouldn't drop. He got a whistle before the rebound.
I agree that probably was a foul. Kind of wish he just didn't call it and let them get that layup.
Right.
But that was a beautiful drive and pass.
Yeah, it really was.
I liked that. I liked that a lot.
I'll also remind you that not only we have swimming, hey, look, we're just a couple of weeks away from the 5A and 6A boys and girls state tournaments. And of course, we'll have all-day action from the Huntsman Center and then championship Saturday down at the Marriott Center right here on KSLSports.com. We'll have our bracketology videos coming out once the brackets are released. Of course, the RPI has gone dark until the end of the regular season, I believe, starts tonight. So first free throw, no good for Lindsay Zundel.
American Fork is hurting a little bit from the free throw line. They're getting there. Sad for them that they're not all falling, but I'm still happy they're getting to the line.
Right.
As often as they can get there, they should be trying to get there.
So free throw good. Sent back out, 3 on the way from Woolston. Won't go, and the rebound collected by American Fork.
I will say they've been face guarding Kailey Woolston more or less, especially in this half, and they've kept her pretty quiet on offense, so we have to credit American Fork's defense, especially on Kailey Woolston.
Outside now with Nicole Lewis. Here's Evans. Wrap it around the baseline. Collier's baseline jumper short. Rebound in the hands of Nawahine. Kailey going to be able to save it in there.
Wow.
Bartholomew!
Wow, that is a highlight play if I've ever seen one. Kailey Woolston practically diving out of bounds to save the ball. Passes it directly to Bartholomew for the assist. And Emily Evans comes right back with an answer. That was beautiful 2 possessions. I like that basketball.
Yeah. Well, Woolston tracking that down, saving the left hand of Bartholomew. That was no gimme of a layup either.
It was a tough shot.
Woolston draws the contact. They're going to call it on the floor. Wave off the bucket. Remember, in high school basketball, you got to be in your habitual shooting motion. You're saying she was not. So inbound along the baseline.
Can I say I don't like that call very much? I'm just talking about the refs today, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, number 3 on Nicole Lewis. Inbound into Woolston. Send back to the corner. Nordstrom out to Nawahine. Straight away for Tanavasa. Good ball movement. And now we got a foul away from the ball. Oh, no, 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Wow. It does get called.
Good catch by the ref.
I'm not saying.
That saved American Fork from an extra 3-pointer, taking them down to a 20-point deficit there.
With the official clock synced up with our unofficial clock on our screen. Down to 52 seconds left in the third. Condi from the corner. Would not drop. That's out of bounds off of American Fork.
Savannah Collier coming in there. She wanted that offensive board. She almost had it too. I know she didn't get it, but I like the hustle that she's showing right now.
So we'll see what Lone Peak set looks like. And no shot clock in Utah High School basketball this year. Coming into play next season as that ball's tipped away. Kailey tracks it down near midcourt. Woolston.
Callie Condi almost stole that right there at half court.
Oh, beautiful ball movement to find Nawahine on the backside. And Tulia fouled. It'll put her at the line for 2 free throws.
That is definitely one of Lone Peak's strengths, just passing it, and then taking the shot when it's right.
Yeah.
They have just the right amount of patience, and it's a good basketball that they're playing right now.
So Nawahine will stride, the senior forward. First one won't drop. His comeback on is Camry Hackett. She'll come on for Collier. So Nawahine missed the first. Misses them both, and the rebound taken by AF. So up the floor, Condi.
Yeah, Lone Peak taking part in the free throw struggles now.
Evans comes off the screen with 10. Condi in the corner with 5. 2 seconds. Evans at the horn.
Oh,
And
that looked online from here.
Yeah, absolutely did. As we head to the fourth quarter, Lone Peak extends their lead. They're up 40-23. As we head to the fourth quarter, you're watching Lone Peak girls basketball on Game Night Live Rewind. Start of the fourth quarter, Dusty Lister, Amy Harris with you. As Lone Peak 16-0 on the season, and that we talk about some of the mid-region struggles they had. Seems to have gotten past them as they have played really well in the second half of region play. As there's a foul on the drive against American Fork. That'll be the 15th foul, and will be on Nicole Lewis. That's number 4 on Nicole Lewis.
That's going to be hard if they lose Nicole Lewis here in the fourth quarter. I will say, going off of what you were saying about Lone Peak's success this season, tonight they are playing like an undefeated team. This is a good basketball team.
As Naya Tanuvasa off the inbound. And extends the lead to 19.
Good execution down low on that last possession for Lone Peak, getting that open look for Tanuvasa.
Evans sends back out. Zundel. Now Lewis. Lewis comes off the runner and it's slapped away by Shawnee Nordstrom.
Good offense and good defense on that. That was a good take, a good idea. That was a very nice play for Camry Hackett to just do a little handoff there at the top of the key. Good defense, though.
Almost looked like a little set piece in soccer there.
Yeah.
Zundel couldn't get the look she wanted, stayed patient, can't get it.
Good offensive rebound for Clea Evans.
Evans earns the extra possession here for American Fork, and then takes and finishes.
Give her the ball. She got the offensive rebound, passed it out, got it right back for the putback.
Clea Evans, and then the block from behind. And a foul going to be called, but Woolston at the line for 3 free throws.
Because I think that's 5 on Nicole Lewis. She came. Oh man. Kailey Woolston with a wide open 3. Nicole Lewis came out of nowhere to block it from behind. That's a bummer for Nicole Lewis.
And I think we talked about this earlier. I talked with a lot of officials, helped calm me down when I was younger. I get a lot more after. We had the chance, we've now made a lot of inroads, a lot of friends. And we talked about, tell me what you look at. So a lot of it is an object thing, and it's, so the foul call isn't horrendous. She's trailing, coming to get it.
It's a hard play and an easy call.
Yeah.
But I think that's about as close as it can get.
Right.
And again, the ref has a better view than me, so.
And both people get mad because it's the trailing ref, but she's also right there. Now, it doesn't mean they don't get missed. All I'm saying, just,
Yeah.
Amy's watched my antics.
I'll credit Nicole Lewis, though. That was some hustle. I give her the credit for that.
I always hate when the hustle leads to your final play of the night.
Yeah. I feel like hustle should, you should be rewarded for hustle, not punished, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Ask Steph Curry you blow a 3-1 lead because LeBron tracks him down,
Yeah, some consequences are worse than others, I guess.
Woolston was saying they wanted to shoot in 3, and they said no, it was a 2.
Was her foot on the line?
Apparently so. So Kailey hit the first, and that's why I was so surprised with the 15th foul, disqualification right there for Lewis, because I thought it would have come after the second, but they said it was a 2-shot foul. As Evans sends out Hardman, hanging on a pivot. Gives it up. Condi comes off the curl. And now she sends out balls out of bounds off of Lone Peak and will stay here.
I know that's another possession here for American Fork, but Ika's defense was beautiful on that baseline drive. She did not give up an inch of space for her to be able to put up a shot.
Condi get that ball to Hardman. Back in the corner, Callie pulls for 3. Had that one slapped away, and
Ended
Evans.
up being an assist. Sometimes you don't mean it to work out that way, but it works out beautifully. She got the assist, and they got a bucket.
As Nawahine.
Good hands. Megan Hardman almost got the steal.
It's Woolston inside the arc. Can't get the shot to drop. Loose ball in the hands of American Fork. Jump ball. Possession belongs to AF.
That is the definition of sacrificing your body for the ball.
Right?
Megan Hardman is really hustling, and I love to see it. That was also good recovery from American Fork. Their press got broken because Megan Hardman went out for the steal. They were able to recover and ended up getting the ball back.
High post here with AF. Good patience, and the shot falls down as that's Camry Hackett.
Camry Hackett, good execution under the basket. She was patient, she posted her up, and she got her shot up.
Tony Vasa passes up the layup.
Again, good recovery on defense out of the press.
Coach Warner said, hey, just be patient. You have a lead, you have the clock. And they go on the angle, and the 3 will not drop for Woolston. Ika on the drive after the rebound, and Kailey Ika will go to the line for 2 free throws on the extra possession.
That is the most open look Kailey Woolston has had all night.
Yes, it is.
A little bit of a miscommunication on defense for American Fork. Led to a wide open 3. Didn't fall, but good look nonetheless.
So Ika hits the first. We like watching Kailey Ika, heady point guard. And she's a junior. Will be coming back as Bartholomew comes back on for Tanuvasa.
My girl. Bartholomew, she is so good tonight.
And Ika hits them both. "17-point advantage for Lone Peak as Evans wants to go at Nawahine. Terminates. Get back out to Condi. And Callie is fouled by Nawahine. That'll be the 6th team foul on Lone Peak. I'll probably call on Shawnee Nordstrom. That's my fault. Gonna lob in to Evans on Ika. Kalia can't get it to go, and Bartholomew pulls down the rebound on the push of Woolston.
That was a beautiful pass and a good look. Didn't get the roll, but again, I'm not mad about that one. That was a good execution.
Ika heads off to Shawnee. Nordstrom down the lane and tied up by Evans. Oh, they got a foul, not the hold up there. It was a tough one on. So tough one, going to put Shawnee Nordstrom at the line for 2 free throw. Pardon me, 1-on-1 as Shawnee hits the front end. And talking about Shawnee Nordstrom, just a sophomore. Spent her freshman year. We talk about she's a native from New Zealand. Spent her freshman year with Bingham. Moved to Alpine, and now gets to play on one of the top teams in the state.
It's cool for her that she's been able to be around a few different teams, find her place on this team, and she's a difference maker on this team. She's very impressive.
So it's a 6A tournament. You got Lone Peak, and then you got, well, we have a lot of teams, but everyone, yeah, there's a travel. Kept looking for some contact, wasn't coming, but in 6A, you got Fremont, who has a McDonald's All-American and a member of the junior national team. And then, so that everyone kind of like the collision course coming between Lone Peak and Fremont. Of course, Fremont, the reigning 6A champion, with Emma Calvert and Maggie Mendelson and crew. So going to be very interesting to watch how that 6A tournament goes. Of course, we'll have all the action right here on KSLSports.com as we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back. So out of the timeout, I'm sure Coach Nancy Warner was just reminding her girls, hey, take your time, get things set. But Woolston, I don't think that's what they said. Just best shots, right?
Beautiful. Beautiful. That is just solid basketball, finding gaps in the defense and exposing them.
So,
she dribbled all the way to the basket and had her way with the defense right there.
Well, so that's her 1,000th point. 1,000 points for Kailey Woolston on her career. And remember, Kailey got another year.
Yeah.
Now, she is some 1,300, 1,400 points behind the all-time leading scorer, who's still playing. I mean, of course, Croman Hook, who was the record holder for nearly 28 years. That record was just broken last week.
Wow. That's impressive, though, to hit 1,000 points your junior year. Kailey Woolston is something special.
She certainly is.
That's a pretty 1,000th point, too.
I was wondering, all the cheering, I was like, did she get 1,000 points? Can I just wait for the student section?
I was going to say, I mean, I knew that was beautiful, but that was a lot of stuff at the gym the whole night. Some good free throws from Emily Evans.
Nice find inside, and Bartholomew crawls that one up and in. Great hands by the 5.
She has not had a lot of easy shots tonight, but she's making them still. Even those tough shots, very contested under the basket. They're falling for her.
Up top of Hackett. Now Condi. Kailey, nice pass inside to Evans. Kailey doesn't get the benefit of a whistle, and the ball's loose. Evans hits the deck, and timeout granted to AF with 3 minutes left. We'll be right back. 3 minutes to go. We'll be right back. So out of the timeout. Nice play inside, +1.
Beautiful execution. That pass was perfectly on target to get down low, and I love that. She went up physical, got rewarded. Chance for a three-point play.
And Megan Hardman's worked very hard tonight.
Yes, she has.
Well, chance for a three-point play. Back rims a free throw and an extra possession.
Offensive.
Tracked down by Condi. Kailey can't get that three to drop, and Nordstrom clears the board. And now Hackett, and then the stolen back by Nordstrom. Shawnee into Hardman. No, they hit it with the charge.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from Hardman right now. She is putting everything into this game, and I love it. She's so physical. She's putting in so much effort. She's playing really well.
Senior night. Last time she can get a play in front of her home crowd.
It's a big night as a senior.
Yeah. And that won't go. So back down the floor here with the Knights is Hope. In the boys' game, they're hitting the deck. I am so glad it didn't happen there. Ball thrown in the middle of the floor as Kailey Rich had it. And Coach Warner takes the timeout. Give us a chance to collect our thoughts here. 2:25 left. We'll be right back. So out of the timeout, I'll stop guessing what Nancy Warner's saying in the huddle. So inside of 2:25 left, Tanuvasa now to Bartholomew. Baseline to Nordstrom. Shawnee, ooh, nice hands there by Tanuvasa. Naya, come off the screen, junction J, short. And the rebound cleared away by Hackett.
Good, strong, secure. Oh,
There's girl, Sarah Bartholomew.
Bartholomew, what have I been saying? She has been so impressive tonight.
Like a safety on the football team. K.O. Hansen coming out of nowhere for the interception.
Yeah.
But turnover on the other end. We'll go back to American Fork.
Yeah, I'm going to credit defense on those 3 straight possessions.
Yeah.
For both teams, they're not giving up easy buckets right now. Neither team is, and I'm impressed.
Yeah. Of course, you get to watch K.O. Hansen in our next game. The boys' game come up at 7 o'clock. As I bring up every broadcast, K.O. sealed the football championship for Lone Peak this year as Evans lays that one in.
Beautiful drop step. That was really good execution. A wonderful feed pass.
And Bartholomew rolls from end to end and gets rewarded.
She got behind the defense. They lost her down low, and they paid for it.
My favorite guys I worked with last year told me, big man coach, the coach at Florida said, hey, tell our fives, you better score and then go hit your head on the other rim.
Yep. A good big can play on both ends. Rim to rim. They got the longest floor to run. And I can say that because I was a big in high school.
Evans will go to the line. The foul is charged to Lone Peak. Is the first free throw good? Katie Lawrence picks up her first. And gets them both.
She's found her stroke at the free throw line.
So 1:08 left. Shawnee able to get it. Now ahead to Bartholomew. And Sarah Bartholomew lays that one up and in.
That's unfortunate because that was almost a steal for American Fork. Just Emily Evans was just a step behind.
And now Bartholomew trying to be Nate Ritchie. Get in there and break that one up.
She almost got that. It just bounced a little higher than she was expecting and ended up going off her head out of bounds, but good hustle nonetheless.
We'll drop that one inside. Oh, Zundel traveled. Yep. I almost said hanging on a pivot, and then she lost her pivot.
Yeah, she got knocked off balance just enough to make her pick up her pivot foot. There's nothing you can do about that at that point.
Again, if you're just tuning in to see the beginning of the boys' game, will be up at 7 o'clock is senior night for American Fork. And the Lone Peak girls going to remain undefeated on the season. They're going to go to 17-0. And Amy, you saw them about a month ago.
Yep.
How this team just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, no kidding. Their three-point shooting, I know it's been a little off in the last few weeks. Tonight, it was on fire, especially in that first half. Their defensive pressure is unmatched. They're getting turnovers at will, almost, it seems like, on defense. And they're pretty much able to match up with anybody on the floor. And American Fork is a good team. They're solid on offense, solid on defense, but Lone Peak they're just able to match up with that and, take one step above. It's a very impressive team, Lone Peak.
Again, the state tournament starts in a couple of weeks. Home sites, and then we go to the Huntsman Center. And in the first time that I can remember in a long time, we moved sites just for championship day. As we go from the Huntsman Center all the way down south to the Marriott Center. I don't remember the last time the state championships were at the Marriott Center. Been a long time.
That's a big stage to play on in high school.
Yeah, it's on the other end. It's Evans.
I love that. Rewards for hustle. That's exactly what that layup was. It was a reward for good defense and hustle.
And the senior one more bucket at home.
And that was a punishment for good defense and hustle.
But these Lone Peak Knights under Nancy Warner every year have gotten better and better. It always helps when you have a lot of talent. And we talk about this team, they're young. They're not going anywhere after this year. A lot of them, all but Nawahine, will be pretty much all be coming back. And Nancy's done such a good job of slowly building this program and got a generational type player in Kailey Woolston.
Absolutely. Coach Warner's got to be really, really excited about, the finishing out of this season as well as the seasons in the next few years, because if she can develop this talent for this group, she can continue to do the same even in a few years when these girls have moved on to the next level.
0.2 left. All that's left is the inbound here for AF. And we'll have our selection of our Heidemann Associates Player of the Game. And that will do it. And Lone Peak improves to 17-0 on the year. Stay undefeated in region play, obviously, with a 56-40 win. Your final thoughts and a selection of a Player of the Game?
Yeah, this might not come as a surprise. My Player of the Game tonight's got to be Bartholomew. She was so active on both ends of the floor. She made her presence known, offense, defense. She was getting steals, layups, putbacks, everything. I'm really impressed with her tonight.
Sarah Bartholomew was terrific. Again, our final score, it was Lone Peak 56, American Fork 39. Our Heidemann Associates Player of the Game, Sarah Bartholomew. Amy, thank you so much. Did a great job for Amy Harris and Tino Psyche. I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball on Game Night Live Rewind on KSLSports.com. Brought to you by Heidemann Associates and Western Governors University.